salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order arms. We will now sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Westridge, parents, friends, and dignitaries. Let me introduce you to our honored guests, Louis and Esther Sagulo. We are here today, ladies and gentlemen, for two reasons. First, to celebrate with Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo. They were made citizens of the United States of America on February 27th. The second reason we are here is to rediscover what our own citizenship is all about. It was a difficult decision that Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo made in 1979 to leave their life in the Philippines and to come to the United States of America. In class, when we study the history of this country, we see that it was founded and built by people who came here to live together in freedom, to worship, to work, to speak, to live in a free society. Things haven't changed much between the beginnings of this country and now. Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo came to the United States because of the better life they could build for their children and themselves here. What does it mean to be a citizen of the United States? Well, it means that we live under a system of government that respects the dignity and the freedom of the people, by the people, and for the people. It also means that we have many responsibilities: to vote in elections, to serve on a jury, to respect the law, to pay taxes, to work for peace, to avoid prejudice, to make our community a better place to live. There are many other responsibilities to good citizenship, but you get the point. As you see Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo today, and as you hear our guest speakers talk about citizenship, think about what it means to be a citizen of this country. And think about what you can do as students of West Ridge to become better citizens of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our first guest, Mr. Warren A. Lewis, District Director of the Immigration and Naturalization Service, who will speak to you on the importance of citizenship. Mr. Lewis.
Distinguished guests, honored guests, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here this afternoon as part of the event at Park Ridge Elementary. This is indeed a momentous occasion. We are here to celebrate Sagulo's family attainment of their newly acquired citizenship. I'm sure that Sagulo's journey to this achievement was long and challenging. They've suffered the hardships associated with assimilating into a new culture, the hardships with leaving a family and friends behind, learning a new language, securing new employment, and starting a new way of life. They've traveled from the Philippines in pursuit of that dream and to live in our great United States. Louis and Nestor, this is truly a proud moment for you. Not only have you attained citizenship, which you saw, but today you witnessed the outpouring of this community, showing their support and love here for you this afternoon. I hope that the outpouring here today is certainly an indication of other communities in the New Jersey area and throughout the United States in support of citizenship and the immigration process. This is truly a dream come true for this family, and certainly it is indeed a proud moment for them. I would like to leave them with a poem by Helen Steiner Rice that talks about dreams and the accomplishments of dreams. This dream is certainly one of many that I hope they will achieve while in the United States, and certainly United States citizenship. The poem states, "Often your task will be many, and more than you think you can do. Often the road will be rugged, and the hills insurmountable too. But always remember the hills ahead are never as steep as they seem. And with faith in your heart, start upward and climb until you reach your dream. For nothing in life that is worthy is ever too hard to achieve. If you have the courage to try it, and you have the faith to believe, and faith is the mover of mountains, there is nothing that God cannot do. So start out today with faith in your heart and climb until your dreams come true. As I indicated earlier, I hope you will attain many more dreams, and welcome to the United States. On behalf of the Immigration Service, I thank you for allowing me to participate in this important occasion in your life. I would like to, for the members of the audience who were not able to witness the ceremony, I will introduce you to Judge Feinberg, who will administer the oath of naturalization of citizenship. Thank you.
I hereby declare that I absolutely, entirely renounce and abjure all allegiances and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject of or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, and I will perform non-combat service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take these obligations freely, without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion, so help me God. Given the privilege of presenting to you your certificates of naturalization States of America with the congratulations, my congratulations, the congratulations of the borough, and I welcome you to joining the American dream.
This country was made great because of the people like the Sagulos that came over here. If you stop and think what they had to do, they gave up their own country in a strange land. They came here where culture, customs, laws, so many differences, but they knew that America was and still is the land of opportunity. And we have to stop and think about that sometimes, because those of us that were born and raised here, we take all this freedom and all this opportunity for granted. And so I think it's wonderful what the school has done to focus on this very wonderful event with the Sagulos and say, let's look and examine what we have and be grateful and hope that this freedom continues, not only in this country, but the freedoms that we have here are now, as you can see, spreading across the world. And so, my congratulations to you. And I have to share something else with you children. Do you know, when the Sagulos became citizens, they had to do a lot of studying. They had to take a test. And they had to learn a lot of things so that they would know what it's like to be a citizen and how to be a good citizen. And they would probably amaze you right now with some of the things that they could tell you what they studied in a very short time. So, again, my congratulations and best wishes for the future. And I have here just a small token. It's from the Assembly in Trenton.
Who was that?
The General Assembly, and the Speaker, Chuck Hytonian, signed this resolution, and I promise I won't read it to you because if you can see all the writing, it would take much too long, but the kind words are very well deserved.
The staff assistant to Congresswoman Rock.
I can't believe it. One time I was as small as all of you guys when I went to Pittsburgh school. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but I guess it was. Unfortunately, the Congresswoman wasn't able to attend here today. The Congresswoman had to take care of some business in Washington. As a matter of fact, it was another immigration-related matter. She's been recently appointed to a congressional task force on immigration reform, which held its first meeting today. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to come here today. However, she asked that I came in her place and extend her warm greetings to everyone. The Congresswoman first wanted me to extend a personal appreciation to Mr. Lewis, the District Director of the United States Immigration Service, for being here today. Mr. Lewis, thank you very much. She also asked that I extend her personal appreciation to Mr. Bonato and the rest of the volunteers, to the students, and everyone that attended today for putting this wonderful ceremony together. In order to make this a very special occasion, Congresswoman Rockema signed a congressional proclamation to honor this wonderful ceremony. And this one isn't that long, so I'll read it to you. It's dated March 5th, 1995. Congressional proclamation presented to Louis and Esther Sagulo on the occasion of their citizenship ceremony of Westridge Elementary School in Park Ridge, New Jersey. It is my privilege to congratulate you and extend my warm welcome as new citizens of the United States. From this day forward, you will share and enjoy the blessings of liberty and freedom that we, as Americans, have enjoyed for more than 2 centuries. With these cherished blessings come privilege, responsibility, and one of the greatest gifts this nation has to offer, opportunity. With these new rights as a citizen, you will also assume the solemn responsibility to make this country an even greater one in which to live. It is people like you who have helped to build America into the strong democracy we have now. I know that you will exercise freely and proudly the rights and privileges which are now yours. With the highest esteem and great pride, I salute you. Congratulations, Congresswoman Marge Rockema.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Richard Mancinelli, Mayor of the Borough of Park Ridge. I'm going to need to get the microphone a little closer. I've been fighting laryngitis since Sunday, which is a politician's nightmare, I guess. As John looked out and amazed at how young he used to be, as small as you are out there, I took a look at John, and I remember when I used to be bigger than John. We all grow in different ways. And today I'm very pleased to be representing the Borough of Park Ridge because I think our judge referred to this as the dream, and it's really part of the American story, which has been evolving and ongoing since our founders took the initiative to find liberty in pursuit of happiness. And so today we're not only honoring, by the way, can I call you Louie? My daughter says I can call you Louie. Okay? Louie and Esther, you're part of the American dream, and that dream is seeking freedom and opportunities, whether you've been economic, educational, the right to be different. You know, in the United States, we take a lot of strength in the fact that there's so many different people who make up the United States, and we take strength from the diversity of all our people. Many of us in this room, including myself, perhaps are relatives of immigrants who came to the United States to seek those same opportunities that the Sagulos came to the United States to do. And Louie, yours is a particular personal story because not only did you come to the United States, but you found the great borders of Park Ridge to seek that employment. And let me tell you, if you ever ran for public office in Park Ridge, I think it'd be a landslide. While you have that right to do that, I suggest you hold off for a few years. When talking with the students at Westridge, the love and admiration they had for you and the respect the administration and the teachers share for you, and of course the parents. You are certainly a living example and a role model for all our children. And not only here at Westridge, but in Park Ridge, we're very proud. And I know your 4 children are proud, and I'm sorry they couldn't be here today, but I'm sure Noel, Raquel, Sam, and Abigail are pursuing their own dreams throughout the United States. I have the pleasure of presenting to you the certificate from the Borough of Park Ridge, and because of my voice, I won't read it, but it's the highest recognition we can give any citizen, and I want to present it on behalf of the Mayor and Council. You come forward. And perhaps a smaller dream, but for those of us who love Italian food, here is a gift certificate for dinner for 2, compliments of Valentino's, and hope you enjoy your Italian dream when you go up there. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Park Ridge Board of Education, Mr. George Grexis.
I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the members of the Board of Education who are here today. Mrs. Rule, the Board's Vice President. Mrs. Coleman. Mr. Jones. And Mr. Violante. I'm very proud to be a part of today's celebration. This gathering to celebrate a very special moment in the lives of people that we care about says a lot about the spirit of community in Park Ridge. Even though Louis has only been a citizen of the United States for less than a month, he has been a member of the Park Ridge family for much longer. And being a member of the Park Ridge family means that, like all families, we watch out for each other, we do what we can to help each other, and we appreciate the time that we have here together. That's why we're all here today, Louis, because you have treated us like a member of your family, and we wanted to be sure that you knew that we cared. Many of you might find this hard to believe, but it wasn't that long ago that I attended West Ridge. Mrs. Barnes was my first grade teacher. Mrs. Greenberg was teaching art, Mrs. Meldonian was teaching music, and of course, Mrs. Tiagno was teaching 6th grade. Mayor Mancinelli also attended Park Ridge schools and has served either as a councilman or mayor in Park Ridge for over 15 years. Mr. Cobell, who spoke to you before on behalf of Congresswoman Roper, also attended Park Ridge High School, as did the president of the Park Ridge Council. And I mention this because I want you all to realize that being a member of the Park Ridge family is not just a title or a name. It is a way of life, and all of us, in our own way, should play a part in making Park Ridge a better place. Louis has, and I hope that as all of you grow older, you will do your best to help out as well. That's what it means to be an American, and that's what it means to be from Park Ridge. At this point, as President of the Park Ridge Board of Education, I'd like to present to Mr. and Mrs. Louis Sagulo a copy of the Bill of Rights. When the Founding Fathers got together to write the Constitution, several of them were concerned that the Constitution didn't spell out all the rights that citizens of the United States would have. These first 10, this set of Bill of Rights, the first 10, was their first attempt to say, these are the rights that every American will have, and no one can take away from them. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Louis Sagulo, you are guaranteed the same rights that other people around the world can only hope for. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Catherine Mozak.
I'd like to start by saying I too have long enjoyed this, and to thank you for being such a wonderful audience, because I know it's been kind of a long program. Park Ridge is just finished celebrating its centennial year, 100 years that it has been in existence. And it's a town that is steeped in tradition, and many people have a history in Park Ridge that spans generations. You've seen some of that today, where the people that have spoken to you actually went through either West Ridge or they've gone through the high school and everything. So people live here a long time. The people in Park Ridge, they know what it is to be part of something. They're part of the borough. And today we're here to celebrate the Sagulos becoming part of something. Today we're here to celebrate the fact that both of them have made a decision to become citizens of the United States. Park Ridge has a slogan, and many of you that have been at football games may have seen the cheerleaders run out onto the field with a big long piece of paper. And it said on it, Park Ridge is family. If you've been down to the cafeteria in the high school for the pancake breakfast, there's a mural that's on the wall that says Park Ridge is family. And everyone who attends Westridge or has been active in Westridge absolutely knows that Louis, or Mr. Sagulo, is part of that family, and that when you have a family, you celebrate certain traditions and certain celebrations. I thought it was wonderful in terms of the program, because who's responsible for doing the coloring and the drawing? Could you just raise your hands? There must be somebody here that did all of this. Okay, wonderful. It looks like most of them are maybe the 6th graders. They look kind of big. Again, when you're celebrating family and when you're celebrating milestones, it's not an unusual thing to put together a card. And to put together about 60 or so of these cards is a wonderful way to say thank you to someone who has decided to become a part of the United States and to become a citizen. Park Ridge today is the host family. Under the leadership of the building principal, Mr. Bonato, he's been able to marshal the forces of the PTO. The co-presidents are up here. The faculty is in the midst of you. And you are all here. You did a wonderful job in terms of dressing up in your red, white, and blue and singing your songs. I'm sure that Mrs. Maldonian was very, very proud of you. But even though we're here as a family celebrating with Mr. Sagulo and his wife, there are other people that are celebrating. I don't know whether or not everybody here recognized the fact that not only did we have people from the borough in terms of the judge and in terms of the mayor, in terms of the president of the Board of Education, in terms of members of the Board of Education, but we had someone here who came from Trenton. In other words, we had people that came from the state of New Jersey to celebrate this occasion. We had people who basically came from Washington, D.C., the national capital of the United States, to celebrate this occasion. That just tells you how tremendously important it is and what a wonderful gift you have in terms of having citizenship, and the fact that Mr. Sagulo and his wife now have that gift also. So therefore, again, on behalf of the school district, I'd like to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo on becoming citizens, and again, I'd like to thank you for being such a great audience.
Mrs. Janet Costo and Mrs. Sadiga Tappan.
And Jerry DiLorenzo, our treasurer. On behalf of the children and parents here at Westridge School, we would like to commend Louis on his tireless hours of dedication and endless energy, support, and love he gives us, and most importantly, our children. There isn't a day that goes by that he isn't here for us. No matter what is asked of him, it is always done with a smile and enthusiasm. Just this morning, when a group of mothers came to decorate this room, Louis was by our side trying to help. Of course, of all mornings, we didn't want his help, but he was here anyway. It was very hard to get rid of him, but luckily our wonderful principal came through for us. We hope, Louis, that you realize how much you are appreciated and most of all, loved by all of us. Before we make our presentation to Louis, I would just like to say a few words to his home. It is an honor to have you here with us today on such a memorable occasion. We congratulate you on your anniversary. But most of all, I'd like to thank you for sharing Louis with us. Louis, we'd like to introduce you from up here. We'd like to present to you from the children at Westridge, 14-karat gold American glass pin. I'd just like to read the inscription so all the children know what it says.
reads Love Westridge Children. It also has the date of the original swearing in on it. We are also proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before our last set of speakers, we have two individuals who need to be introduced also. To my left, Dr. Robert Ballantyne, former superintendent of schools in Park Ridge. And Mr. Charles Gassier, former administrator of Park Ridge. Our last speakers today, ladies and gentlemen, represent the Westridge faculty. This is Virginia Armstrong and Mrs. Grace Cipriani.
I do have to say one thing. Every child in this room made a star, and those are the stars that you see around. So we all participated in preparing for this. And all the children of Westridge are to be congratulated for being able to keep a secret. Love is a very special word. It's a very special feeling. It's very hard to put into words what love is. But today, I think we have all shared the experience of love. And that's what it's all about. With love, we would like to give Mr. Sagulo and Mrs. Sagulo a gift from the faculty and staff at Westridge. The inscription reads, to commemorate Louis and Esther Sagulo celebrated becoming citizens of the United States by reenacting the naturalization ceremony at the Westridge School before students, faculty, staff, and guests. Our congratulations and best wishes. March 15, 1995, the Westridge faculty and staff. Because when you are the ripe old age of Mayor Mancinelli and Mr. Corbett, and you come back to Westridge, we want you to have a memory, and we want it refreshed. This is a plaque. It reads, in honor of Louis and Esther Sagulo, Louis, our head custodian, and Esther, his wife, celebrated becoming citizens of the United States by reenacting the naturalization ceremony at Westridge School before students, faculty, staff, and guests, March 15, 1995, in Neil Donato, principal. This plaque we will hang in the front hall, and as I say, when you walk in here 20 years from now, you'll say, I was there. Thank you.
Co-workers here at Westridge School to give you this flag. This flag has been flown over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. And we give it to you with our pride in your accomplishments and our best wishes for many happy years as American citizens.
She's my
putting this whole thing together today, especially the special committee. And the next group is just an unbelievable group who just do so much for the school and who kind of helped in the coordination of the whole effort today. And we're here early this morning to put things together. The Westridge PTO, this never would have happened. But there's a group that needs to be thanked even more than everybody else. And that group is you. I told you yesterday that it's just wonderful to be up here to see a sea of red, white, and blue and to hear your voices. I know that you made Mr. and Mrs. Sagulo very happy today, and I know that you made me and your teachers or your parents very, very proud.
Mr. Donato will not say it, but this could not have happened without him. He did all the coordination, he made the phone calls, and he pulled everything together for us. So I think we really owe him a very special mention.
Okay, we have one more thing to do, right? And then we have surprises in the classrooms? Yes? Oh, you didn't know? Well, I can give you a secret too.
you go. Put a slice wherever you want.
And that's
There you go. You know.
Did you have them in the phone?
Yeah, you should always pressure little kids.
Not the right idea. And he was losing and he came off that now. We already see
Short-term memory is gone.
unbelievable.
I like when I walk from my desk up to the front of the office to ask a question. The time it takes.
And I did that.